Greetings, everyone. This is a video response to UgoStrange's "If you could spend a day with the 5 people you find most interesting in history that have passed on, who would you choose?" To tweak what it is that Hugo said, since I'm kind of uncomfortable with the idea of reanimation, if you will, I'll look upon it more as if you could transport people from their past to your present and sort of bring them up to date. Who would those 5 individuals be that you would bring forth? So in no particular order, I will say Christopher Reeve, because when I saw Superman back in the day, the first one that was on film, the tagline, "You will believe a man can fly," I really felt that upon seeing that movie. And I would just ask him an inordinate amount of Superman-based questions as it related to how he tackled the role. And I probably would not delve too much into later on when he would become seriously injured. But pretty much mostly the Superman type questions. And then on top of that, what did he feel about typecasting and because I saw him in several other movies, and one of them that I had actually gone to see, I don't know if this is the exact title, but I believe it was called Somewhere in Time, where Jane Seymour co-starred with him. And if that movie didn't do anything else, it should have shown that this is a guy who wasn't simply the guy for Superman, and that he was actually a pretty decent actor. And I've seen him in a few things where, while it's hard to look at him and not envision Superman, he was still good at his craft, probably to the point where I would say he's underestimated. But anyway, he'd be one of the guys that I would choose. Another person that I would pull from Time's cloud, if you will, would be Frank Frazetta. And Frank Frazetta, for those who don't know, is primarily a fantasy painter. His claim to fame is his oil paintings, largely his paintings of Conan. He's done some Tarzan work, but he's done a lot of stuff that would also fit into the comics field as it relates to pen and ink and all of that too. But as a fantasy artist, or as an artist in general, he's my favorite. And the whole thing that I'd want to see, where I would spend the evening with this individual, would just to see him put paint to canvas and see him hopefully do in an evening, from sketch to finished picture, a piece of art that he would produce. So yeah, Frank Frazetta would be the next person, I guess. Um, uh, After him, I would have to say um, Bruce Lee, um, because Bruce, I feel, even even today, he is unquestionably the the greatest movie martial artist that there's ever been, and for my taste, ever will be. I have not seen um, a close second. I've seen people that are decent in their own right, um, but Bruce was something all unto himself, and to you know, I know I'm butchering the line, but I believe it was Enter the Dragon. I might be mistaken. Um, where he says to a pupil something along the lines of having his pupil hit a punching bag or striking something, a board, whatever it is, and he says uh, um, to the pupil, remember, not anger, but emotional content. Just the resonance in his voice, I think, is just partly what sets him apart from other movie martial artists. And plus the fact that Enter the Dragon was one of the few movies, even with him in it, that didn't have overdubbing. So to see Bruce at work uh, would I think be a wonder to behold. Next, uh, the singer from my favorite rock and roll band, Queen, um, Freddie Mercury. Uh, I would love to spend one day where he's formulating one of his hit songs with the group, just to see how that song is put together. Uh, Queen, I think, is known for, among other things, their harmonics. It just sounds like the voices are pitch perfect. It sounds almost operatic. And I can't really say enough about Freddie Mercury, who I think was one of the greatest showmen in rock and roll, and to see him put something together. Even the Flash Gordon soundtrack, I think, would be just I don't know, over the top kind of great. Um, um, not to mention how he interacts with other members of the band. Um, so Freddie Mercury would be. I guess that brings me to 4, and 5 would be Dr. Martin Luther King. A lot of what I would want to know is basically once I've gotten him out of the time chamber and he was able to assimilate into regular society and whatnot. Pretty much, what does he think about what has happened with race relations as well as other things? Since he's been gone. Um, um, does he see any improvement anywhere? Does he see any kind of devolvement anywhere? And how would he tackle some of the world's ills today? But anyway, that's my 5, and props to UgoStrange for bringing this subject up, and I hope to see what other people have in their top 5, be it via video or comment. Until next time, night out.